This is the Transformers Generations Studio Series Voyager class Ironhide. The figure is part of the third wave of these Voyager class figures for the Studio Series Generations Transformers line. Some fantastic artwork. Like that. Photoshop image. Rest of the assortment. We get the exact same insert we got from Brawl, since they were both in the same vicinity, I suppose. Maybe it would have been nice if it were in the other side of the street with the stores and the shops and all that, but Hasbro decided to give us the exact same one. What I do like about this new sculpt, or this new mold, is the accuracy of the detail, the details and the sculpt that they've given him. He is downright very, very accurate. Maybe not 100% accurate, but he's pretty accurate, down to his arms, the details on the legs, as you can see. Look at that. I mean, back in 2007, we were like, whoa, that's Ironhide, whoa, that's Optimus Prime. And then when the last night came, okay, Optimus Prime, okay, Megatron, okay. What also interesting is how accurate the guns are, and these are what, just showing the boy my guns, showing Sam my guns, something like that. And I think the biggest sell for this particular figure is that fantastic, phenomenal head sculpt. The copy of the figure seems like one eye is smaller than the other and is like squinting, like, Sam, or like interrogating a Decepticon. I do love this particular head sculpt. Look at that. Look how accurate that is. I mean, sure, he's got this bumper that shouldn't be there, but there was really no place to put it. That chest panel, those, I think those are from the wheels. They got it right. I mean, look at that. The guns, the feet. Maybe some customizers will put more paint just to mimic that, but yeah, I think they got it. This is perhaps the most accurate movie Ironhide we've gotten in a long time. We've gotten deluxes, we've gotten Voyagers, and just, you know, this is it. This is Ironhide in the movies. Okay, calculation right now. Okay, so the head is on a swivel. Is it a ball joint? Can move slightly up and down. It feels like it's a ball joint because it can do that. So I'm going to say it's a ball joint. No waist, torso articulation because of how everything compresses in that upper body. Okay, now if you keep these things open like that, the range of motion for the arms are going to be hindered a lot. But if you close it, you can get some forward and backward shoulder action. You can go up, in and out, and then forward and backward swivels like this. So you can actually show Sam his guns. But once you do this, he's going to be left with just that. Okay. So ball hinge elbows go like that. Yep. Wrist swivel. It's nice. I like that. Ball hinge hips. No ratchets. Just go like that. Do the splits perfectly. Thigh swivel. Hinge knees. I mean, despite all that kibble, you can still go, what, 90 degrees on that knee? Okay. And some foot articulation, because of transformations, up and down. No rocker tilt or anything like that. So, and here we go with the size comparisons. Here he is with two other Voyager figures from 2007, the Ironhide, first release Ironhide, and Karatomi Ratchet. Obviously, the Voyagers have shrunk, but yeah, okay, I get it. They're trying to put everything in scale and whatnot, whatever. You're paying almost double for this from what you paid for back in the day, 2007. So 10 years inflation. What I do like, again, about this new mold compared to the old one is the old one was great. I mean, it ran its course and it's done its purpose for Transformers fans. And I love the automorph on this one, but the detail of this one versus this one, no comparison. Very, very accurate. Guns alone, this is the winner. Okay, and what I like about this new mold is they've been able to compress a lot of the kibble that we've seen from previous releases of Ironhide, to make the character more accurate. As you can see, that back, this was the most annoying thing, as well as the shoulder kibble. It was very annoying when transforming this first version of Ironhide. And the head sculpt alone, look at that. I mean, there's no contest. Look at that. That was the head sculpt that Hasbro had to work with back in the day, and it was okay for a while, but now we get this, and it's amazing. Here he is with Studio Series Optimus Prime, and he feels, you know, when I see Optimus with him, now Optimus feels really small. And Hasbro keeps saying, oh, we're doing them in scale, everybody's going to be in scale with each other, and, you know, I kind of checked some scenes again in Transformers the movie. I thought Optimus should have been like this, with the head being almost as big as Ironhide, because right now I'm seeing that he looks, well, he's really beefier, he's bulkier, but it feels like he's the bigger figure in terms of scale, and it feels like this one might be a tad bit too small. I don't know. That's just me. Okay, this is the Premium Series Jazz from 2007 and 2008. He kind of scales nicely with Jazz. And finally, Bumblebee. And what's, you know, interesting is Bumblebee is almost as tall as Ironhide. And if you want to be nitpicky about it, he stands head to toe just over 6 inches tall, 6¼ inches tall. Well, Bumblebee is about 6 inches, just under 6 inches, 5¾ inches tall. So I didn't expect this, that he would be almost as tall as the old Bumblebee. I thought he'd be like just a full inch taller, but now that I'm seeing it, it kind of feels like a deluxe more than a Voyager. The same way I felt with that Optimus Prime, because the Brawls and Megatrons, even Lockdown, they felt their scale, like they were in their scale, the Voyager and Deluxe. This one just feels a smidge bit short. And I know I'm going to get that speech again from Hasbro, that it's all about scale and all that, but really? Really? Are these, do you mean to say that these two are in scale? They really planned it? I don't think so. Okay, Ironhide's transformation is crazy, to say the least, and the instructions weren't that big of a help either. Clear as mud instructions. I'll give you an example, like transforming the arms. Look at this: swivel or rotate, click, swivel, click, and rotate. I mean, 5 steps for 1 step, and I'll show you later. It's very easy. So you can read the instructions once, and then it's best you figure out everything as you transform it. Okay, the guns combine like this, and they're going to stay in the truck bed. Maybe you can, if you want to give him a big cannon. You can, I suppose, mount it on his arm like that. He'll have a big cannon. First thing you want to do, you want to open up these panels, the doors, just swing them out like that. That's fine. The arms, this is all you got to do. Rotate 180, rotate 180, keep them bent like that. That's it. That's it. That's all you got to do. Okay. Untab this, the back panel, which will form the roof of the cab. Windshield, as you can see. Fold the arms like this. Okay, like that. Go ahead and swivel these. Just fold the head temporarily up like there's a tab. You gotta like swing it out like that. Don't break that. Okay, this one folds inside like that. And you can go ahead and fold that head down like that. Okay, detach this part right here. Just align the arms like that. There is a there's sort of like a guide right here. It's detail in robot mode, and those two bars are sort of going to guide where you put the shoulders in. So you don't need the instructions to know that. You can just go ahead and figure it out on your own if you want to, but instructions do have a roundabout way of showing that, like I showed you earlier. Okay, so fold these up all the way up, otherwise you're never going to be able to collapse that whole bonnet or hood piece. So all the way up right there, all the way up until underneath that fender. Okay, and then tab these in like that. You can go ahead and tab the bumper right now just to make it more solid. Now the instructions say to just fold this over like that and transform the arms. Now I find it very difficult to just do it from here because the arms just keep moving about. What you can do is, if you want to, you can do that, or what I did the first time around was I tabbed the door in right here like that, and then I tried doing collapsing that whole window assembly onto that roof. Then I untab it. You know, either way will do, but it really works for you is best. But for me, I thought that was best. Collapse the doors in first and then you fold it, or you can do it this way, just fold it in and just figure it out how everything tabs in. Okay, so that's that. All right, on to the feet. Okay, the feet you must rotate before folding that feet all the way in like that. You gotta rotate this whole assembly first. So to do that, unfold these rear bumper pieces, tailgate pieces, and then fold them this way. Then you swing that leg piece like that, so it's easier. Okay, like that. And then tab that onto that hole right there. Okay, same thing here. Okay, then you want to join the leg pieces together. Okay, all right, I think we should back up right now. Leg pieces are together. Fold out the wheels. Okay, and you can already see where this thing is going. Okay, go ahead and collapse that truck to that truck bed. Okay, and I think this is the most difficult part of the transformation for me. As you can see, there is the peg hole from the where you put the guns on. There is another peg right there that will tab in there, and these right here, they're supposed to tab in right there, that very slender peg hole right there. The first time you do it, it's going to be very difficult because it's going to be easy to tab this, and then here you're going to have to find that sweet spot and just tab it in like that. Okay, same thing here. And then it'll be tight. It'll be very difficult the first time you do it, but once you've done it a couple times, it'll be easier. Tab it in like that. And there you go. There is Ironhide, Studio Series Ironhide in his truck mode. And these, you can sit right here if you want to, like that, as one piece. Or you can put this one here. This one right here. Kind of looks like boosters. Okay, but we'll take them off for the time being. There are these fall panels on the gun, and that's movie accurate because the guns open up from the side panels of his arms. But I actually thought they would sort of somehow incorporate in the whole alt mode. But I'm glad they didn't, because I don't like those things, those kinds of gimmicks. Okay, so it's very nice. Has some weight to it. There is a gap right here, but that's fine. The guns will cover it up. Clear plastic windows and windshield. Very nice. Nice detail. The GMC truck. Is this a Tacoma? Road armor. Says right there. I love the attention to detail that Hasbro has put, even with the alt mode. They painted it silver here and there, lights, Autobot logo. This is classic Ironhide, movie Ironhide. 4x4, and as you'll notice, you know, Hasbro's making life very difficult for themselves by putting a lot of these kibble. I mean, there is enough clearance, like 1.5 millimeters, just for those to clear and not scrape the road or the floor. So okay. All right, let's do some comparison. So you have this, and then you go with, this is the movie 2, Revenge of the Fallen, Bumblebee. So yeah, okay, you're thinking, it's not that small, right? I mean, yeah, he's small compared to this guy, but it'll work. Lockdown, great scale. I mean, I think that would work. Studio Series Lockdown, that would work. But he's definitely smaller than this guy in scale. And then Brawl looks a little bit small compared to him in alt mode. So tanks are usually much bigger, I think. So you're feeling great, right? And I was like, oh, cool! This thing could totally work, right? It's kind of small, but it kind of is in scale. And then I go ahead and transform my 2007 movie 1 Ironhide, and I was like, what? Have Voyagers shrunk this much? I'm like, what? You know, I didn't realize how much of a monster this figure was back in the day, and it was very nice. I mean, the transformation was crazy as heck with this one as well. There was this spring-loaded bonnet right here that kept on wobbling everywhere. You get the cannons to put them on the underside of the truck. There was this automorph gimmick here and there, but back in the day, this was a very nice truck, and I'm actually having second thoughts about letting this one go. But when you look at things over the last 10 years, how inflation, the economy has changed the price points of this one, and these now cost like almost $50. Back in the day, these were what, $25, $20 to $30? Wow. And the size, very, very different from what we've been used to with Voyagers. Not to take anything away from this figure, it's great. The scale with the other Studio Series, I mean, you're going to get a lot of talk about scale with, it's a new line, they're all going to be in scale with each other, but it is a Voyager class figure. And I started collecting Transformers when I was a kid, but I stopped. And this Ironhide figure was the very first Transformer movie figure I picked up in 2007. I was on my honeymoon with my wife, picked it up at the Toys R Us in New York when it was still there, and it got me hooked. That's when it all started. I started collecting again Transformers. I fell in love with the toy again, and I started collecting it again. And this is a lot of sentimental value with this toy, and look how much it's changed. The toy industry, how Hasbro toys have changed over the years. Great detail, fantastic amount of detail, transformation, and engineering went into this. But say, you know, back in the day, Hasbro had the game on. I mean, it was great toys. Just wish, you know, they would have been great. I mean, I know, economy, things, prices, inflation, and all that, labor costs and all that. I mean, but what if the Studio Series were like in this scale? Oh my goodness, and that Starscream and Megatron were almost like leaders. Wow, that would be great. Okay, just a few more, just so you guys get an idea. This is really nice. It was a really nice toy. So final thoughts on this figure. It's great. If you've never picked up an Ironhide, a movie Ironhide figure in your entire life, you have got to pick this one up. It is amazing. Hasbro spent a lot of time and effort just really trying to give us the perfect Ironhide, and I think they did it with this one. Yes, it's small, but again, they're trying to put everybody in scale, but still, you know, it is pretty small for a Voyager compared to the Voyagers you've gotten used to. But having said that, it's great as it is. It doesn't look as small as I thought it would in pictures. The transformation was a little bit crazy, but once you've gone around to doing it a couple times, it can be satisfying. I love the detail. The details on this figure, the sculpt, absolutely phenomenal. I think Hasbro did a wonderful job on it. Kudos to the designer of that. Paint apps could use a little bit more, but that's easy to do. Articulation, shoulder issue there, but not that big of a deal. It's not a deal breaker. I'm gonna give the figure a 9 out of 10. If you can get it on retail, by all means do so. This is one of the more definitive Ironhide figures we're gonna get from Hasbro, not including third-party toys and all that, but this is it, folks. If you want to preserve an Ironhide in your collection before the reboot comes, this is the one you want to pick up. If you already have the other Voyager class Ironhides, the leader class Ironhides, and deluxe class Ironhide, do you really need another one? Maybe not. I mean, if you're happy with the leader class Ironhide or the first version of Ironhide as a Voyager, fine, by all means. They're very good figures. You probably don't need to pick this one up. But if you are a big fan of Ironhide, then even if you have all those Ironhide figures, this is a must pick up. So there you go, folks. Hope you've enjoyed this little video review. This has been the Transformers Generations Studio Series Voyager class Ironhide. Thanks for watching.